I think we are. Are we live? Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys. This is Olivia Igwe coming live from London, and we are live on 4 platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And y'all have been asking about Dad and his book, Breaking Down Barriers. So if we're looking a little bit all, is because we're on those 4 platforms. So Dad is an author of Breaking Down Barriers.
Hello, everybody.
He was like, are we going live on all platforms? So I can't see all the comments. I know LinkedIn is really late to go live, but, you know, it is what it is. So we've had a couple of questions regarding the book. So if you guys do want to ask questions on Dad, first, before we start, what is the book about? And if you guys are tuning in, tell you guys where you're tuning in. Hello, Dad. Hello, Leona. So, Dad, do you want to tell us why you did a book?
Well, why we did a book, why did I do one tonight, first of all, is because I was instructed by my daughter. Those of you who do follow her live and know what she does, she is unpredictable, lots of fun. So I've been out, and she said to me, she didn't say to me, I actually saw on Instagram where she tagged me that there was a requirement for me to do this tonight. So this is natural, it is live, it is what it is. It's going to be absolutely fun. So
yeah, I didn't tell Dad that we were going to go live, guys. I tagged him on a story, and I'm like, we're going to go live. So make sure you're back home. So here we are.
And here I am. But anyways, I keep saying to her, I was born ready. You should be born ready as well, because you just never know when opportunity is going to knock, and it's going to be time for you to just cash in all that experience, knowledge, and insight you've had over the years. So to answer the question, why this book? Well, Firstly, it took 18 months roughly to write the book. So the first thing is, all of you who think that you can write a book in 30 or 60 days or 90 days, it's rubbish. You cannot, and you cannot do it properly. So you need to take the time, understand what it is you want to write about and why. But I would say this is a book that has taken 18 months to write, but has been 30 years in the development. And why I say that is because I started
You're only 30 years old.
30.
He's young. Congratulations.
I'm very young. 30 years developing the idea and thought, because I went through my own process. Self-development, personal growth, challenges. How do I work through those? What are those? And to be honest, at the end of the day, it was the key question for anybody writing a book is, what is it that you want to communicate and why? And of course, to whom? That's all part of the process. So this is not something that I've written for intellectuals. If anything, so I'm going a little bit beyond the what made me write it and why, but it's all important. I wanted a book that was something that all ages could engage with. By all ages, I mean youngsters or teenagers, right the way through to whatever mature age you want to count, because I believe it's important that you access information like this, knowledge like this, and the insights that are provided. So I can tell you a bit more about why and how the book is constructed, but that is the beginning.
Hold your horses, sir. Guys, if you have any questions, you can ask it. Olivia, next book? No, enough. Not yet. I don't have much to say. Congratulations, Dad. I love your daughter. She's awesome, Olivia. Thank you. Hi, girl. Hey, T. Everybody tuning on. Okay, so we're all on all platforms, and I've added LinkedIn behind. So, guys, if we're just looking everywhere, Dad was like, where do we look? You look everywhere. Okay, we interact with every human being here. So what makes this book so different? Because we have different chapters. For example, there's chapter 6, aim to travel and live abroad, but then we go to chapter 18, be open and discovering the world. What makes this different from any other book that you have encountered?
Well, it's a great question, and one that a lot of people ask. I guess one of the first things is, I would say, there are photos, there are pictures in there which capture my life.
I was not ready. I was not ready, guys.
She's in there as well. She's in one of the chapters.
No, this is Stansted.
Not that one.
You want to talk about Stansted?
You've asked me a question. I'm trying to answer.
Hey, we're trying to go fast, Dad. Okay, you said 10 minutes, we go 10 minutes. You can see Dad is a little bit more slower to talk, but it's okay. We're all very different. Anyways, you were about to say.
The reason it's different is there are pictures, first of all. Many books do not carry pictures. It carries the life story, because The subtitle of the book is My Journey from a Small African Village to the World Stage. Why that? Because I come from Africa, from Nigeria in particular, and I've grown through countries, living abroad, traveling abroad, and ending up on world stages as a keynote speaker, master of ceremony, and so on. So I'm saying that everybody...
Oh, sorry. I'm showing to y'all as Dad is talking. I'm like, whatever, Dad. Just get the book.
Anybody can aspire to this, but the idea is to help you to grow, to understand and achieve what you want. So why is it different? There are pictures, there's photos, there's my life story, but it's not sequential. So when Olivia picked out those chapters, it doesn't start at chapter 1 and go to chapter 50. You can start at 50 and go to 25. You can go to 2, you can go to whatever, because they're not sequential. The point is they have titles, and it's the key titles where I then take an idea, the philosophy and experience, and then I tell you what I think. And then I add a personal story, which is why the photos come in. After the personal story, you get a quote, because I love quotes. I know Olivia loves quotes as well. Then I give you action items. So go away. This is not just something to read, but think about it. And then, and perhaps the most important one, is I ask you a critical thinking question. What does that mean? It means it takes you deeper into yourself. You have to think about the question, find an answer to it. And your answer today may be different in 5 years' time, by the way. It will change, it will evolve. That's why critical thinking questions are so important. So what is this in overall summary? It is a workbook. It is not just my autobiography or biography or a story. It is a workbook, which means you can keep coming back to it whenever you want.
Okay, and in there's a story. We're not going to talk about it, but my dad is with a goat. A goat delivered to my home to my father-in-law. So if you want to read it, you're going to have to get the book. Hey, Remy. Hey, guys. Very was that you, Levon? Sounds really inspirational.
Thank you, whoever said that. Appreciate
Levon.
it. So, the goat story.
His name is Levon.
Levon.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. The goat story has a story behind it. What's the title of the goat story?
Chapter 19. Laugh at yourself.
Well, she's doing a lot of laughing, making me laugh. I hope you're laughing as well. We have to learn to laugh at ourselves. We take ourselves way too seriously. There's a lot of fun you can have. Yes, there are serious moments, but learn to laugh at yourself. And that laugh moment was when my dad or my father-in-law decided to deliver a real live goat to my home in Edinburgh. He hunted the whole UK to find a live goat that he could bring home, and he left it with me and went off on holiday.
And
so
you can't tell the rest of the story.
No,
you
I'm
guys
not going
have
to tell
read
the
it.
story.
Okay, good. I was just about to hold your horses. Hold your horses, Dad. You had a penalty. And I saved. Look at you winning. Hey, Michelle. Okay, so why a book now?
Why a book now? Well, I coach and I mentor, and in my industry, which is retail real estate, a lot of youngsters, young professionals, over the years have always asked me, can you support me in my journey? Can you help me? And before that, I'd been coaching and supporting teenagers, which is why this book spans a great age. So parents with teenagers that were a little bit more difficult, I would sit with them, understand their needs, their issues, and work through the whole process with them. So it's really a case of this is the right time, I believe, to deliver something which people can take away, can read, can enjoy, and get the most out of it.
Love that. Magdalena says, Magda, I don't know how books are ending up on Knowledge is King, but might be worth contacting them and list the book there too.
Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys do have questions, you guys can definitely ask away. So, because we had a few questions and I put in the question box that we've had in. You guys are awesome legends. What does it mean to break down barriers? Why didn't you say like going through a door or, jump out of buy yourself a BMW or, why breaking down barriers?
Well, firstly, breaking down barriers. The title has got to be connecting, and it's got to be simple. You don't want something complex for us to work through. So as you do that, breaking down barriers was literally going from situations where you get told you cannot do it, you cannot achieve it, you will not be successful, you prove people wrong. I enjoy proving people wrong. Not because it's any ego trip, but I just want to say, can I do this? Can I achieve it? And the answer is yes. So I want to inspire people at the end of the day to be able to achieve that. So breaking down barriers is very clear and very focused. There are other ways, and like any book title, it takes time to come up with the right one. And once you've done that, you live with it and you help it to grow. So barriers are there. I didn't say breaking through. I didn't say overcoming. Breaking down barriers, because there are lots of barriers that are put in front of us all the time. The question is, how can you break those down without damaging yourself or other people?
Wow. Well, I guess that's a drop the mic, guys. Right? I don't have anything to say. Okay, guys, bye. The chicken may be ringing because I put it in the oven. But we have 2 more questions. Somebody asked, how do you get over procrastination? Oh, by the way, guys, if you want the book, you can actually get it linked, not linked from the bio, but if you want to message me on Insta, you can. Or you can go at chrisigwe.com, and Olivia did the website, but you can also get that there. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Teamwork.
It was difficult, but it's okay. I'm alive. Hey, everybody tuning on. Hey, ciao, Malika.
She did a great job. Procrastination.
Yeah.
Procrastination is something that we all have or inherited or lived through. It is one of the most, the word is debilitating. In other words, it prevents you from getting to where you want to be. And my strong encouragement is to deal with procrastination. And procrastination is, for those who don't understand or are not aware of the word, where you choose not to do something or you put it off endlessly. So very often it's like, I don't want to do this, and maybe I don't feel right, I don't want to finish that project, or it takes you longer. Procrastination is basically stopping you from doing something. Now in some cases, and I think this is important to know, in some cases people actually have, it's kind of a condition, let's put it that way, where people have a very difficult time getting out of procrastination. That's a different subject. But for most of us, it is just that we haven't disciplined ourselves well enough to be able to say, I need to get this done. I'm going to stop saying to myself, I will not do this, or I'll put it off. Decide you're going to do it. And procrastination, there are techniques that you need to use. But again, not enough time to go into this. But procrastination is something that pretty much all of us have until you develop the skill to just get out of it and get it done. And so I talk about just get it done, get it done, get it done. It's very often the best thing, here's a recommendation, is for you to take the most difficult thing that is blocking you and get that done. So once you get the first thing, making that phone call, writing that email, writing that letter, responding to that person, getting a project done, whatever it happens to be, choose the most difficult one that is really setting you back and put that as your number 1 priority for the day. And don't do anything else until you get it done. And keep working at it. And when you get through that, you'll start to break down barriers, you'll break down that procrastination that's holding you back, and help you to become more successful.
Wow. Well, that's it. My daddy's handsome. Hey, Choma. Hey, sis. Hey, daddy. Thank you, love. Mia, much love to you both. Please send me the name of the book. Absolutely, Breaking Down Barriers. I'll send you the link. And if you flip it, words and image, honestly, I have no idea, guys. I feel as if I'm new on TikTok. I've been on it for a while, but I still don't know how to. I'm sorry. I was flipping the camera as dad was talking because I can't flip it. Like, you don't need to be sciencey to I'm trying to figure out. Okay, guys, last question. How to find your purpose after a certain age, which is a great question, because I don't know if you guys have been like this, where you're maybe, and everybody, thank you for the follows. I'll leave the live on Insta and Facebook if you want to follow me there, absolutely, or just message me to get Dad's book. With COVID and things that I've gone through today, a lot of us have to rethink of what we're supposed to do. And sometimes our back is against the wall on we don't like what we're doing right now, and we feel that our purpose is pulling us to do something. What is it that in this book could help us, or maybe you have been through something that would allow us to start again? Is it okay to start again? Is it because generally, well, you can talk about this very well. You started as a civil engineer. You built the MI6 building. If you guys don't know, James Bond, right, was part of the building, to the Stansted Airport. Dad was part of the project. But then you went into retail. You went into consultancy, and now you're an author. Can you explain, just maybe give some nuggets to people that are like, oh, do I have to start again? Like, I thought that was my life, you know? Does anybody feel like that? Hey, my love, let me see your face. Hope you're feeling good. Hey, Jess. What would you give to somebody that's like, okay, I'm right now at a crossroad and I just don't know what to do. I want to go back to what I was before, but will I succeed? What do you have for them?
Shoot them the right way.
Well, maybe what you were before isn't what you wanted anyway, and what you were before is not who you should be.
Wait, can we rewind? Wait, say that again.
What you were before is maybe not what you should be, and where you are today is not where you should be either. So what I'm saying is you are going through a process, and that's what this book is about. It's about the fact that we all have a process of discovery, a process of learning, and a process of understanding where we are. Because like I said, this is a workbook, so it's about where are you now, today? Where do you want to be? And you've got to ask yourself key questions, which is why the critical thinking questions are really helpful, because they help you dive further into your own consciousness. Because at the end of the day, purpose is not something that you discover externally. It's something that you will have to work through and define for yourself. Any age is the right age for purpose. You probably know the Colonel Sanders story about Colonel Sanders, who he knew his purpose, KFC, where he was not accepted in terms of his recipe until he was about 65 or 67 or something like that. There are a lot of people, and in the personal development and growth industry, by the way, there is a strong view that you don't actually get to your optimum position in terms of your self-awareness until a more mature age. And that more mature age could be 50, could be 60, could even be later. So don't worry about finding your purpose if you're younger today. It may come later. The important thing is to discover for yourself what are your values, and I talk about values in the book. What are the value sets that you have? How do you define those? Because that'll help you find your purpose. If you have constraints within which you position for yourself, then eventually it'll become clearer. Purpose is a whole subject in itself. But the starting block is learning for yourself, with yourself, supported by others. So you could have a coach, you could have a mentor, you could have great friends around you, you could have someone like Olivia who puts these positive messages out there. But the purpose itself comes from inside. It's from your heart, and it's what you want to give to the world at the end of the day, or what you want to leave for the world. I don't talk about legacy, I don't talk about heritage or anything like that, because not all of us are going to be, we're not going to make some huge impact in the world, but let's make an impact where we are, in the environment we're in, our families, our friends, those we love, those we care about, those we work with, those who we support in different ways. All those things are part of the purpose. The purpose does not have to be some big, gigantic thing that's going to change the world. If it is, fantastic. I'd love to think that through this, I will make changes in the world, but I want to start one person at a time. One person at a time.
Love that.
Impact their lives.
This makes so much sense. Huge love to Olivia. Ma, love you. I could listen to you all day long, Dad. Evening, sir. Where can I find the book? You can find, you know what? It is in the UK. You can find it on Amazon. Funny story about Amazon, which I'll say in a minute. Very grounding and reassuring. Absolutely. Makita is a mom of 3 under 3, which is kind of intense, but loves her kids, a very loving human being, and learning to reinvent herself. So yeah, you can go to chrisigwe.com, or what you can do is just message me on Insta and I'll send you the link, unless you want to find my dad, but he's not as fast as sending the link, so you probably just may want to go.
Well, this is you set this up, so I'm on a guest appearance here, so you do all
just
the,
send it
all
over.
No, this is
this is what I always do. So question here, self-awareness question: how can such exist if purpose is found in service to others? Whoa, that's a mouthful. Did you understand that?
Read that again.
Okay. Self-awareness, question mark. How can such exist if purpose is found in service to others?
Well, the two separate things. Self-awareness is
Glad you
your
understood. Could you maybe help others that were slow in understanding?
Well, it's, if I understand
Okay,
the question is, there's kind of a self-awareness piece that then drives you towards your purpose, and the purpose, perhaps in the case of the question, is offering service to others, or you find your purpose through service to others. In other words, let's take a Mother Teresa, to make it simple. Pretty much everybody knows Mother Teresa, passed away many years ago, but she wanted to service to the poor in India, in Calcutta to be precise. And you could say that she found her purpose through service to others. In other words, serving others helps you find your purpose. So the answer, or part of the answer, is yes, you can definitely find your purpose through service to others, because that's a big question for us all. Who are we helping? Because even with this book, with coaching, with mentoring and so on, my objective is to help other people, and therefore that is my purpose in a way, and that is my service to others and through others. But yes, you have to be self-aware. You have to be incredibly clear on your own connectivity with yourself as a human being, as Chris Igwe, as Olivia Igwe. Who are you? What do you want to communicate out there? And then through that, how do you serve others? And through service comes purpose. So if that helps answer the question, which I hope it does, it's the pinpoint. Service definitely is one of the fundamental keys of helping to find a purpose. And we should all, to be perfectly honest, be in service to others. Whether it's a corporate environment or company, service is critically important, because that helps you think about the other person rather than just yourself. So service is about what can you do to make somebody's life better. That's really the fundamental piece. I am serving someone else by helping carry their load, their burden, and sharing what it is that they have through my presence with them.
Okay. Typo, I guess. 419 ID. Maybe, I guess we answered your question. Anyways, I only have 12% on my phone, and I'm going live on LinkedIn, so I don't have much. The food is on there. It's already kind of late to eat. So, hopefully this resonated. If you guys are not following, you can. If you want to watch the replay and you guys are on TikTok or tuning in or whoever, I'll leave it up. For some reason, yesterday, the live that I did, I couldn't keep it on Insta, so we'll see if this one works. Dad, any final thoughts that you would like to leave this all these gorgeous little humans here watching us on, anything that just fuels through your heart right now?
Well, first of all, it's an honor and a pleasure to see you, meet you virtually through this platform, which is why social media is absolutely amazing. I certainly want to wish you a fantastic journey. Wherever you are, start now, start today. If you're already on a journey, fantastic, keep going. One step at a time, one day at a time, one experience at a time. Don't try and rebuild or create everything all at the same time. Like I said, this is an 18-month workbook or book that I worked on, but it's 30 years in the creation, because I just had the ideas that I knew. And I'll finish with one thing. When I've done a lot of seminars and events internationally, in fact globally. And when I first started out, one of the first things that people were saying is, we've all got a book in us. Write a book. You've got a book in you. So you go into these seminars and say, oh, I've got a book, I must write a book. But my question was, and this is, we can link it to purpose. My question was, if I write a book on or about or with Chris Igwe, who is going to read it? Because the idea is not to write a book that it then sits on a shelf. I don't want that. That's not the intention. This is not about glorifying me. It's about how can I use, through this book, through my life, through my experience, the ability to change somebody else's life or somebody else's perspective. So that's the question. You might all be saying, I want to write a book, I've got a book in me. Great. But to whom is it destined? Why? And what is the ultimate objective? Once you can answer those, then you're on the way. And in the same way in your life, that's just a book example, but in your life it's the same thing. How can I serve? How can I support? How can I be the best person I can possibly be in my family and outside of it? And then you just change one person at a time in your environment. It's been fabulous chatting to you guys. Can't see you, but thanks for connecting. This is amazing. Thanks, Olivia, for dragging me in.
I'll send it to you. For everybody that wanting the book, just message me. I'll send you the link. Absolutely. Yeah, guys, in the meantime, be you, do you. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. If you guys not following me, do follow me on TikTok. If you want to watch the replay, then you can. It will be on all these platforms. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow because we'll be with the half of the other tribe, my brother and sisters. So yeah. Peace out, guys. Now I need to turn all these off.
Bye,
Wait,
everybody.
guys. Bye. Wait, Dad. Off. Bye, guys. See you.